You're a 24-year-old kid from a dying factory town in New Jersey. Your father hasn't spoken a kind word to you in years. You have no college degree, no money, no plan. But you have a guitar, and a fury inside you that you don't quite have words for yet. Now imagine that 50 years later, that same kid sells out a 3-hour concert without an opening act at the age of 73, and the crowd sings every single word back to him. That is Bruce Springsteen. And today, we're going to figure out why. Bruce Frederick Joseph Springsteen is born into a working-class Catholic family. Bruce later said she was the reason he believed people were basically good. But here's the hook nobody tells you. His father would sit alone in the dark kitchen, drinking beer, barely speaking. Bruce is described coming home as a teenager and dreading that walk past his father's chair. That silence, that specific New Jersey working-class silence, would become the sound of his entire catalog. He saw a young Elvis Presley on the Ed Sullivan Show when he was 7 years old. Game over. He begged his mother for a guitar. She rented him one for $6. He couldn't really play it. His hands were too small. He put it away, but at 13, he tried again. And this time, something clicked. Here's the thing about Bruce Springsteen that gets lost in the mythology. He did not become famous overnight. He spent nearly a decade playing bars, clubs, and beach towns up and down the Jersey Shore, night after night, 3-4 hours at a time. He played so long and so hard that other musicians talked about it like a legend. You gotta see this kid play. He formed bands, broke them up, formed more bands. And somewhere in those sweaty bars, he assembled what would become the E Street Band. Clarence Clemens on saxophone, Danny Federici on organ, Gary Tollant on bass. A group of people who sounded like a small orchestra and played like their lives depended on it. Because for Bruce, they kind of did. He was signed to Columbia Records in 1972 after John Landau, a music critic, not even a manager yet, saw him play a tiny club and wrote the now famous line, "I saw rock and roll's future, and its name is Bruce Springsteen." That quote, that one sentence, changed everything. His first 2 albums, Greetings from Asbury Park and The Wild, The Innocent and the E Street Shuffle, That Critical Love But Barely Sold, Columbia was losing patience. So in 1974, Springsteen locked himself in a studio and bet everything on one album. He wanted it to sound like Roy Orbison singing for Phil Spector. He wanted it to sound like the last record on Earth. He worked on the title track, Born to Run, for 6 months. 6 months on one song. His producer at the time quit. Bruce almost quit, and then the album came out in 1975. Born to Run wasn't just a song. It was a statement. We were born to run away from dead-end jobs, loveless towns, fathers who didn't know how to speak. America heard it, and it screamed, yes. But here's where the story gets complicated. Because just when Bruce Springsteen had everything he ever wanted, he nearly lost it all. Might Appel. The details are messy. Control of his recordings, financial disputes, broken trust. The result, Bruce Springsteen could not record music for over a year. During that silence, while other artists were putting out platinum records, he wrote, he played shows. He stayed angry. And when the legal dust finally settled in 1977, he walked back into the studio and recorded Darkness on the Edge of Town. Not a celebration album, a reckoning album. The hooks were still there. The guitars were still on fire. But the characters in these songs had aged. They'd lost. They were men working dead-end jobs who still drove their cars too fast on Friday nights just to feel something. It was his best album up to that point. And then came The River. And then Nebraska. An album recorded on a 4-track cassette recorder, alone in his bedroom. No band, no production. Just a man and a microphone singing about murder, unemployment, and the American dream curdling into something dark. America wants to feel good about itself. And then comes Born in the U.S.A., 7 albums into Bruce Springsteen's career, and it turns him into the biggest rock star on the planet. Reagan's campaign tried to use the title track as a campaign anthem. They asked. Springsteen said no, because Born in the U.S.A. is not a celebration. It's the story of a Vietnam veteran who came home to nothing. No job, no respect, no help. The chorus sounds triumphant, but the verses are a gut punch. The irony was so thick you could choke on it, and Bruce just let it breathe. He never over-explained. He let people figure it out. The album sold 30 million copies. There's a version of this story where Bruce Springsteen is just a rock god, perfectly assembled, untouchable. That version is a lie. He has spoken openly about struggling with depression for decades, about lying in bed, unable to move, about calling a therapist at 3 in the morning and not knowing why he was crying. He has been married twice, the first time briefly and painfully, the second time to E Street Band member Patti Scialfa, with whom he has 3 children and has been with for over 30 years. He lost Clarence Clemons, the big man, his musical soulmate, in 2011. He has said that grief never fully left him. These are not the facts that sell concert tickets. He is not the romantic rebel of the album covers. He's not the flag-waving confusion of Born in the U.S.A. He's not just a New Jersey cliché or a rock museum exhibit. He is a man who looked at the people America tends to forget, the factory workers, the veterans, the ones left behind, and said, "You are worth a 4-minute song. You are worth a 3-hour show. You are worth every ounce of sweat I've got." And they believed him, because he meant it. Now here's something I want you to sit with. Bruce Springsteen has been doing this for 50 years. Not because the money kept him going. He had more money than he could spend by 1985. Not because the fame kept him going. He's famously uncomfortable with celebrity. He kept going because he genuinely believes that music is the one place where the truth can't be hidden, where a 3-minute song can say what a politician, a priest, or a therapist couldn't. And I think that's rare enough to pay attention to. If this video hit different for you, hit that like button. Not for the algorithm, because it tells me you want more stories like this. Musicians, artists, people who built something real out of almost nothing. Subscribe if you're new here. Every week we go deep on one person, one story, one life worth understanding. And drop a comment right now. I'm serious. Don't scroll past this. Who's the artist you think the world still underestimates? Could be someone alive. Could be someone gone. I read every single one, and your answer might become the next video on this channel. The boss doesn't take requests, but we do. See you next week.